This is Klaus, or the Klaus man, as we call him here. He came off the streets of a major city, Houston, Texas. Unfortunately, there are so many stray dogs in that area. He was picked up by animal control, and they didn't give much time at all. We scooped him up on his very last day at a high-kill animal control facility and brought him to North Carolina. And we knew he was heartworm positive. We thought that was the only issue. They had him stated as a far younger dog than he actually is. He began to have digestive issues once here, and we took him to a specialist. The internal medicine specialist did an ultrasound. She thought he might have cancer, so we took him to a surgeon. Turns out Klaus made history. He was only one of 2 documented cases, he is now the 2nd documented case in veterinary journals for having staph nodules in his small intestines. Well, the good news is the surgeons successfully cut those out, cauterized the area, and he thrived. He felt so much better and recovered well. Then, before we could begin treatment on the heartworms, he started limping. So we went back to the orthopedic specialist. He discovered that Klaus had another surgery occurred. He had a marble-sized piece of bone floating in his elbow. So, ouch, it was really uncomfortable. So we removed that piece of bone, and he healed. Once again, he was feeling well. Then we began his heartworm treatment. So that took months with the pre-medication, the 2 months of painful injections, and then several months to heal afterwards. So the whole first year at the ranch, he had nothing but consecutive medical issues. He's been one of the more expensive dogs we've ever had, just because of being a train wreck of medical problems. So due to that, he was never chosen for adoption. It's just most unfortunate. Also, he developed an abscessed tooth a few months ago. He didn't want to eat, and when we had his tooth assessed by a dental specialist, sure enough, the tooth needed to come out. So once again, after the surgery to remove the tooth, he felt well again. He started to eat well. He's enjoyed the past few months up until this past week, and developed Knollwood St disease, as a lot of large, long-spined dogs will do as they age. He started dragging his back feet some, so it's an indication of lumbosacral disease. So we thought he was going to get to the point of not being able to walk, but here we are today. We're out on this one last walk on the property at his foster home to smell the flowers and enjoy a little sunshine on this pre-spring day while we're waiting on the vet to come. But he started to struggle. Past 2 or 3 days, we've had to hand feed him. He's not wanting to take his medicine, and he's been vocalizing a lot at night. He's been crying in the night, and the vet now thinks that he is suffering from a brain tumor, neurological issues, and he scraped his head, which shows some evidence that he's had seizures during the night this week. So we have decided to humanely let him go and not allow him to suffer any longer. He's obviously in distress. And while we hate to see him go, this is the tough love part of rescue work, that we have to let them go when they're suffering. It's as one vet told me, this is a gift that we can offer them when they're in pain and suffering, is to let them go and not experience any more pain anymore, no more earthly suffering. So today's Klaus's day to be transitioned to a better place, and while we will miss him, and this is a hard day on us, this is part of rescue work, and unfortunately we have to let them go when they're suffering. It's our duty. We owe them to not let them be in pain and to transition them to a better place. So we're saying goodbye to Klaus today, and Klaus man has been a wonderful companion. Even though he was our hospice case, we have loved being with him, and we shall miss him.